If you don't do this, you know the consequences.
Hey, thanks for watching another video review. I'm Noah Richmond.
And I'm Daren Goldsvik.
We are talking about John Wick Part 2. Keanu
Reeves, or Canoe Reeves, as they always say.
Keanu Reeves busts out some new moves.
Yeah, he's turning himself into an action hero now. It seems like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly with the John Wick films.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, would we say now? I mean, Speed was back in, almost the 1980s?
No, that's true.
But yes, we are talking about a sequel to a previous Keanu Reeves action film. And I'd have to say the previous film, the first John Wick, was a film that I kind of dismissed because it was a Keanu Reeves action film, and I really didn't see any reason to show up for it. But I heard enough positive buzz that I decided to give it a look when it came onto streaming, and it really was a lot of fun. It was kind of had a quirky sense of humor about it. There was sort of over the top violence, but done in a way that it's also kind of fun and entertaining because it sort of has a sense of humor of the guy's out to avenge his dog.
Well, in the car, and I enjoyed that. Too.
Right,
I really did.
So
for the same reason you just mentioned that, because it wasn't Keanu Reeves.
Right. Yeah. It really had kind of like an offbeat, quirky quality to it. So I was looking forward to seeing what they did for the second one. And one thing that I think they definitely did right is they got back the same director, they got back the same writer. They wrapped up a little bit of loose threads from the first film, and then they came up with a good reason to keep it going, and not just completely rehashing more and more of what they did in the first story. So in terms of what's good is I'm glad that it's the same team back. They have a lot of the same kind of quirkiness and humor about it, and it has all that fun, just completely ridiculous, over the top quality. So those are the things that I thought were good about it. What did you think was good?
Yeah, I agree. Just a fun movie in the vein of a Call of Duty type environment. There's lots of action. There's obviously a lot of action. There's some fun moments where you basically laugh out loud.
Right.
And then that's kind of the feeling I had in the first one too. So, and it just seems to have a nice flow to it, and it's a nice movie to see.
Yeah.
For that reason alone. I mean, so yeah, I enjoyed those parts of it. It was fun and action and so forth. So. Right.
Okay. So that's obviously everything that was good. Now, in terms of the downside, for me, what didn't work so much is it's very over the top, and that's part of the charm of these films, but it goes so far over the top, and it keeps going and going and going with it, and the violence really is ultimately, it's pretty brutal violence, which when it starts out, it's like, whoa, okay, wow. But by the end of it, it just starts to feel like you've been bombarded, and it just keeps going and going, and it just keeps getting big. Okay, now first he takes out 10 guys, and now he takes out 15 guys, and now he takes out 30 guys. And by the end of it, it's like, okay, well, that was fun and entertaining, but I don't know that I'd need to go for part 3 at this point. How much further can you go with it?
Well, I think that's hitting on something, though. It's what really, maybe they looked at the first movie and what made it work, and they did that and they amplified it, and I think the problem with it you were talking about, and what I felt too, is that you almost feel like you're becoming desensitized seeing these murders in front of you on the big screen, and when they're done so it's so flashy and they're so graphically, it becomes to the point where I get fatigued from it.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm opposed to these kind of movies. I just like to see a little more, depth to them, and because you create that sense of connection to it. When I see just 20 guys getting shot point blank in the forehead, The only thing I could think about was, Keanu Reeves. Like, wow, I can't believe as an actor he's still in shape to do this
Right.
at his age, Because there's but again, I was still having fun with it, but it was just a little too much. Again, for that point alone, I like to have a little bit of balance,
Uh-huh.
Well, there was a couple moments in the movie where I thought they could have done some nice twists to it and developed maybe some characters a little more and maybe actually create an actual plot that would have been somewhat interesting. And that just didn't happen. I guess it's kind of went away with without saying anything. It just
I'd have to go with you there. There were the plot really is overly predictable because there were some parts early on where it looked like it could be trying to develop something interesting and different with it,
right.
And then it really it's just pretty much Keanu Reeves kicks butt, and that's what you're seeing. So we had fun with it.
Yeah,
I think
true.
both of us came out saying that it was a fun, over-the-top action film. But at the same time, for me, it felt like the series has played itself out. I had fun with the first one. I had fun with most of this one. And by the time it was over, I felt like, okay, I've had enough. That was fun, but it's gotten old. I don't think I need a part 3. So that's my summary of it. What about you?
cool. I agree with that. That's a good assessment.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to watch. Maybe when you just need to pass some time. I would know it'd be fun with a group of people that have had a couple beverages and stuff.
Oh,
And
sure.
that would be kind of fun.
That's who it's aimed at.
I'm sure there'd be some high fives over the effectiveness of some of the stunts that they pull off.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, there's some funny moments in the movie where I actually was laughing pretty good. And it's
Yeah.
kind of sad you're laughing at the expense of these deaths that are related, but they're so over the top that
Right. Yeah.
You can't help but
It's
chuckle.
almost got the Tom and Jerry quality about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, John Wick 2, fun action film. Probably don't need a third one, but I'd say you'll enjoy this one if you take it for what it is.
money's on, they'll do a part 3.
All right, that's
All right.
our thoughts about John Wick 2, and thanks for watching Slice of SciFi.
Cool.